as well. I'm gonna have to hold on to that thought though, Brush. We have a game that
whoa! You're not gonna let me hear feedback? We have to actually commentate Splatoon?
We actually have to commentate a video game. This is the craziest development here ever.
So
the
there
things
you
that
go.
have never. I'll talk to you about it once the set wraps up. Now that we're back into this mixture. By the way, Oxidation's the blue team. Yellow team is RRRemix here. Pretty much some things that haven't changed for you. We have a splash. We have a pencil. We have a slosher for Oxidation.
Right,
but then Remix. Yep, very textbook. Remix, as you noted, we got a brush, we got the roller. Blobber's out here as well. So from an assortment of weapons, I'm gonna pretend we didn't see that, but I'll give you the South Winter at least swimming into the water.
An early swim from Rise at the Blobber on Oxidation is gonna leave RRRemix with a quick cap and some early points though. A quick flip back the other way with a couple good picks from Oxidation. It's now Rise with that shot with that pro looking to make some space. I apologize. They're the ones who fell earlier. Let's give them their credit. And now a lockout coming underway from Oxidation. And look how aggressive Rise is able to be here. Holding the space up top, popping a special. The rest of the team, honestly, maybe could push up farther, but just no one on Remix wants to move forward, wants to take space until they get that special. And all that's
Okay, and now Oxidation's now 0 for 2 against the water in Mahi Mahi zones. And the strange thing is that the map has completely changed past 61 points remain. At some point, you're gonna have to understand that water indeed exists. Oxidation, but at the very least, they are able to take it home to 56 points remaining. You described it very well. They're able to at least rebound. They're able to get some space. So lockup was nearly there, but credit to Remix, they were able to get some control back. Rise showing off right there with the pick on the days. And so far, now that we got ourselves bearings back, Remix does take a lead, but pretty much not for long. There's gonna be the crab taking everybody else being popped. Oxidation is gonna be able to get the zones back here shortly.
Yeah, we finally seen the water transition, and that's when I feel like Mahi Mahi really comes alive. Until then, you're stuck dancing around, not a lot of space. So we're gonna have to see RRRemix on the back foot here, how they're able to take control of islands on the far left, maybe push around the right to take space back, but they're moving into a Booyah Bomb. They're gonna go one down. A Reef Slider coming out, gonna find a pick 3-2, and 2 big picks for Oxidation. Leaves RRRemix with 1 player left, just that blob bug slap on the far left island. And Oxidation holds on, and they've got 35 ticks remaining.
You know, that Reef Slider being used by Remix, I would imagine would have been enough to get the cap, but then it just became an absolute carnage. Oxidation able to get a couple members down, and now with those 2 members are trickling out of here, this should be the dub here for Oxidation. And of course, this being the best of 3 here, if I am not mistaken, that may or may not be the game. Might be speaking too soon here. Reef Slider is being used. I did indeed speak too soon there. There's the Reef Slider, there's the cap. But more importantly, Oxidation down to the 2 points remain, able to win that fight, and now Remix. At least they buy themselves some time, but they gotta piece everything together.
Let me write that down. Commentator's curse.
Still
a thing. As Remix holds on a couple moments longer now without too many points in, trying to hold against Rise, who's been able to open all the opportunities on the retake with that Forge Pro. Now moving into zone, they'll find the cap. Only 1 player down, so they're gonna have to justify this space they're taking. Unable to do so into the face of Days. Now picks back the other way, splats in favor of RRRemix, and they're gonna keep chipping at this, though time is running low.
Time is indeed running low, and hey, more credit to them. Almost an onslaught of everything that Oxidation threw into the zone, but Oxidation not able to get the cap back. Now you can see these trip strikes. They're all just funneling it into the zone on a last-ditch cap, but they're not able to cap together. You see the staggers here with the Booyah Bombs and the trip strikes as well. It just doesn't get any sort of cap. All it does is it pushes Remix out the door, but that doesn't even matter at all if you're not able to get the zones back. Now, Risley's able to get a pick. You get 2 members down on both ends here. Lagoon is just flying in with that brush, able to get a pick by themselves. Rise drops again. Oh my goodness, Remix. They may actually pull this off, but they gotta keep this momentum going here, Brush.
Keep an eye on Lagoon with that Octo Brush. What a great job finding utility in that special to sneak behind and get 2 picks back now. What? Just a couple ticks left on the scoreboard. Oxidation throwing everything they have in the zone, and there's Lagoon coming from behind, finding the utility from their main weapon. A couple ticks are all that's on this game, 6-2, as everyone holds ZR onto zone. Days with that roller, unable to paint as much as they want though, and it's just an onslaught here. Lagoon trying, and finally Oxidation will find the cap, but 20 seconds left, 50 penalty points. I mean, honestly, this feels like it's anyone's game.
this is just round 2 of Roots, and this is almost as intense as I wasn't expecting it to be. And now it's 2 for 2 trade on both ends of the front there. Everybody, by the way, contesting onto that zone. That jump gonna get punished big time here. But now the break problem is gotta be able to cap the zone, get the OT. That's what they're able to do right then and there. Now Lagoon using that Zip Caster, trying to get a pig. They just get eliminated. They just run right into Oxidation. That should be the game.
Yeah.
And I gotta give a lot of credit to Remix. That was so close at the end, but Oxidation holds firm. Very scary though, at least in game 2. Welcome back, everybody. We have now. That's all we're gonna say about that. That's Oxidation taking home this first set to start.
That was the difference. Lagoon there at the end. Had they found that pick on Nick's pencil, maybe we would have seen another opportunity for Remix to hold on a couple moments longer. Such strong gameplay from that Octobrush, sneaking behind, forcing Oxidation to look over their shoulders and stay on their feet, but not quite enough. That's not quite enough utility, sorry, for remixes. You know, they get spread a little bit too thin, a little bit spread out among the map. That's your trade-off. When you're playing with a skirmisher, when you're playing with a rat like that, you have to be so synergistic behind the play to make sure you're keeping the actual game point alive with that splat zone.
What's even more what made that game also incredibly close, even for game 2, is I just see all the trip strikes being thrown into the zone, but then the Booty Bomb just comes a bit late, which you give RRRemix a chance to get the zones back, which they were able to. It's the reason why the game got prolonged as much as it did. Oxidation was able to hold firm on a crazy, hectic fight towards the zone in the middle of all that, and Oxidation comes up the last lap. Lagoon, I saw the vision with the Zipcaster. You got the advantage. Now you just gotta zip forward, look for the picks from the back end, just to see if you can make that one work. But then just getting eliminated right away, and then all of a sudden you're just realizing you're too many members down, and that's how you get the 2-0. We would have loved to see game 1 for you, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Rush,
Yeah.
that was fun though.
Oh, it was so fun. I haven't yelled in so long. I gotta say, at the end there, it really felt like the Octobrush equivalent of a mouse slip. Like, just slightly missed
Right?
Nick's pencil there, and it goes down, and honestly, that can be the difference in a moment like that. No, Kyon, I miss yelling. It's fun. Casting
Yelling
is
is
fun. More
great.
people should do this.
Yelling is great when it's authentic yelling, because I'm sure Popgun is gonna probably be yelling at me later if it's not authentic enough.
If it's not authentic.
No, it was very. I'm giving it 10 out of 10 in the authentic scale. There may be some bias. Don't you worry, everybody. But no, that's the 2-0 for Oxidation. I think I think with the way things will go, we might get our second matchup here sooner rather than later.